Thank you for joining me here for your weekly love reading. It's for March 31st through April 6, 2025. My name is Carolyn. We've been going through a portal that's opened through this eclipse window that we're in, and there's now activation codes coming in for the two of you to support continuing on with the movement forward of this 5D Age of Aquarius union. So more of that template is coming in now because the matrix, the inverted matrix, the ancestors, and these sorts of things that we've been working on to get a 0 point from the past is really coming to a completion now. And we're ready now for the new to come in, as we continue aligning the masculine and feminine energies and the union together here. So for this week's energies, the overall energies for your union are the 7 of Wands with shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected, and then the Page of Pentacles. I was hearing some sort of arguing when I was laying out the cards. There seems to be some sort of shift happening, especially for the masculine, and them choosing to set strong boundaries. So this could be more of a continuation of coming out of that Mars retrograde and getting that power back. And also because Venus is retrograde right now, I feel like it's a lot of energy to support the masculine rising up right now independently, and this is more of a continuation of that. So I feel like they're figuring out their light, or they found what was hidden in the darkness through the light. Things are coming to the light. This sort of idea is continuing happening, and it's supporting them get the understanding that they need here of where they need to set boundaries. And so it could be with energies that are conflicting and challenging and not supportive in that unity consciousness, more of a separation and a duality energy here, especially with the feminine. So let's see how this plays out with you this week here. We have the 9 of Swords in your thoughts towards the union with mistakes, misunderstood soul loss, and victimhood. And then the last card we have is the 10 of Pentacles, which has been coming in the past week. So this 10 of Pentacles is very stable, and this is you as a couple, as a family as well. So something, I'm hearing it's connected with the solar plexus and the higher heart chakra up to the throat chakra, and possibly a detoxing of that inverted matrix system. And the fears coming up with the 9 of Swords and the mistakes are what has transpired with feeling, I think, lonely in relationships. Maybe a lot of isolation has happened as well, or you're feeling like you can't find your tribe, your community, your union, this sort of idea. So kind of an isolation and feeling different. And that's separating you, especially with this heartbreak, is something coming to your awareness. It's almost like a system around playing in a game of emotional turmoil in relationships and not wanting to participate in that, but I feel like also seeing it for what it is a little bit more. And this is what Mars is facilitating you, and the masculine energies are helping you as the feminine here to look at because the sorry to keep kind of going around, but because the heartbreak is connected with our feminine energies and our emotional body, I'm feeling like the masculine's basically coming in here for you to help you have some acceptance and moving on and seeing it from a more logical perspective rather than an emotional perspective, and also seeing how you've ascended out of that cycle. Like, you don't want to participate in these types of dynamics, and you're seeing these dynamics as, I feel like, a template of some sort, or something that is a collective thing that you're just choosing, like, that's not my reality that I want to continue creating and existing in any longer. And so this, I feel like, breakthrough, probably the 10 of Swords, hopefully will come up here for you as well, will get you the stability here. A healthy home and healthy home environment is what I'm hearing. So it's a continuation of maturity and expecting more and wanting more and creating more for yourself and stronger boundaries again here. And this is where it's coming more to the light. So within your own masculine energies, taking charge here, and you're ready to actually be moving on with this is also what I'm seeing. So you've been breaking through this layer, or you're breaking through it this week to pass this kind of, I'm going to say, life lesson or a matrix system that's kept you depleted. But the thing of it is now is like your cup is full, and that could have been like the journey you've been on in isolation. You know, you're connected with God's source, you're working on yourself, you're healing yourself, you're doing that spiritual personal ascension work, that, and gotten closer to God in the process, which is what we want, right? To now have your cup full, and you don't have to put yourself in a situation that's unhealthy and toxic for the sake of being in a relationship, I'm going to say, or something along that sort of line, or needing somebody to take care of you or something there as well. So very independent. And I think what's coming through in terms of understanding this now is really propelling you to kind of close that chapter, have more acceptance of the choice of independence and how far you've come growing through that purposeful isolation, let's say, and not being the victim. So this is where the misunderstood, the victim mistakes, I think, is where you're turning this around into something empowering for yourself. And so emotionally, we have the King of Cups. So, but he just really looks like the wand energy is what I feel like, the King of Wands here. So that could also be speaking of getting your power back here, especially emotionally, especially through your masculine energy. We have loyalty. Wow, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, King of Cups, and loyalty, trusting, reliability, and believing here. So this is, I think, really good energy. Again, a healthy home, a healthy environment where there's not fighting, you know, there's not that I feel like it's the friction energy and not wanting to repeat that and keep certain relationship dynamics going cyclically here, that now you are ready for a healthy masculine and a family here. I feel like you've healed the feminine bloodline through this process. So there could have been some sort of toxicity with your parents, grandparents, and especially I feel like how the feminine was treated or what the feminine tolerated, and possibly some sort of distortion on both ends because of the volatility that would continue cyclically in a relationship. So just removing yourself from that. And maybe this is something that family ancestors could not do, but you're able to do, and you've pulled yourself up out of that and created a life for yourself that is strong and sovereign and independent in your authority here. And I think that's what's kind of pulling you into this, out of that now. I feel like it's done. So this could be more of an ending to the old earth, basically, and having some sort of overstanding of it all, basically, which I think will help you move on with peace, is what I'm hearing. We have the devil in your blocks. So I feel like the devil, well, I know the devil is ultimately the underlying nemesis in these people and relationships and ancestors as well here, right? So the devil always sending the people to you to be in relationships with that basically disrupt your life. And so that's what you've ultimately set boundaries with, is the C point. We have the Magician card here, and then possibilities, free spirit, adventure, and risk. And so this is where I feel like you're taking back or getting back all of your tools and information and understanding and emotions and energy. He's got, you know, the wands, the money, the emotions, the mind, and the energy all back. And this is what you're getting it back from the devil ultimately here this week through clearing this up within yourself. And I think punishment is what I'm hearing, and self-punishment, self-loathing, like these could have been patterns from childhood and the trauma sorts of things, scenarios as well here. This is what's neutralizing. So you've already healed this and you're coming out of this. Toxicity is what I'm hearing. So it really could have been through the past March that this has all come together here for you. And you're ready to clear this for good and move on without this devil entity here. So that's the Page of Pentacles as well. It's like you're 7 of Wands, setting boundaries with that entity. I feel it in my throat and coughing here as well again. So that's been a theme the past few weeks, is coughing during these readings, which is again more that throat chakra. So emotional clarity is basically the words I'm going to suggest it as. That is what's breaking this for you here. And so your action steps this week is the Lovers card. Really good to see, with ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, and good times. And then we've got the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is what the devil dynamic created. I'm going to suggest here that the Three of Cups in the love readings for me are, it's something with men and a third party karmic energy here. And this could be, I feel like it's connected to a narcissistic parent and maybe a competitive with women, a competitive energy with women, even if your mom was competitive with you, or sisters and girlfriends in school and stuff like that. There's an energy where they were always coming in to take your masculine's life force energy. And this could be within yourself, with relationships. Like there's always some sort of disruption, not whether it's like a person or a dynamic or something would get in there, right, with the Three of Cups that the devil sent. So this is where you're removing that out of your union, basically here, through, I feel like, just conquering the beast is ultimately on this layer and level, so you can have a happy family. I feel like this is a big paradigm shift. I feel like this is a big template week with the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. It's like a legacy that will be a role model for generations to come. I feel like that's what you're ready to create through this process that you're going through right now. So let's see where, and I think that's Venus retrograde is going to be all connected with this. So we'll see that goes into April. Venus direct is April 13th, and then Venus moves into Aries post retrograde on April 30th here. So and then Mercury's in Aries, so Mars and Leo. So there's a lot going on this month that I feel like is still getting the masculine and feminine balance, pulling the masculine up into the leadership, bringing more of the masculine into the feminine to support her healing and upgrades as well. And with third-party karmics is what I'm hearing. So I think April's a really strong month for these energies of the masculine and feminine to rise up, essentially, and work as a team, where it was, 5-6 years ago, totally opposite teams, right? Enemies almost. So now I feel like we've totally overcome that, healed that, and now the teamwork's coming in here. And so for your counterpart this week, we have longing, we have craving, aching, and wanting. This is their thoughts towards your union with the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Swords. So big energies with masculine, sovereign authority energy this week, and clearing out for them in their consciousness with the King of Swords. There is something that's very clear, and the wanting, it could be the wanting, the desiring, like I want to be with my feminine here, and that's pulling, I feel like it's a tower energy. Something's collapsing here for the movement forward. If that certainly could be connected with the equinox, where that tower could have started. And then with the eclipse energy as well. So something's cleared out here. I feel like it's that black box Saturn control system. So that could be what the three of, like, again, another bigger picture, the sea point energies here. So some sort of control mechanism is broken. And especially again with Mars, there's something, we've had this lineup of planets as well. Mars has been really bright here in the sky for the past few months, and I don't know, there's something here that feels like there's more potency going on, and that's what's shifting this, and it's going to be continuing. So something, certainly genetics is what I'm hearing, something with your ancestors. So with the algorithms of the planets, God is really propelling this forward for the new masculine, is what I'm hearing in the new age of Aquarius. So in their blocks, we have the Four of Cups with finality, farewells, leaving behind enclosure, with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing the Star card with that. So some sort of healing emotionally. It's time for them to be nourished and come towards their feminine here. So I think through understanding and closure, same thing as you, right? This is just on a different level and spectrum, that this is connected more with their sacral chakra and their feminine energy here. And some sort of angelic energy is coming in, like an earth angel template is coming in with them now as well. So it could be revealing more of their role and service here to heal the bloodline, that they're coming into some awareness with through this understanding. And I feel like they're very ready to move on here. This is very crystal clear is what I'm hearing. So it's the timeline shift I'm also hearing is what's gone on. So the more, like, I really feel the timeline changed in the end of February. Like, it's just so, I feel it's connected with the pole shifts as well. And it's just so much more in the age of Aquarius. Again, right? More into that energy here. And I feel like things are just going to snowball quicker and quicker at this point. And so in their blocks, we have the Nine of Pentacles with chasing, resilience, pursuit, toxicity, and then the Justice card. So I think that's where the imbalances are. There's some sort of independence from that. This feels like a lot of games again, chasing, third-party karmics, like a lot of drama, a lot of energy, a lot of chaos that you two are moving out of. And it's like you don't want to be part of that template and of chaos in relationships. And I feel like there's been a lot of damage that you've both seen a lot, maybe your family, with friends, divorces. Yeah, it feels like a lot that they're just, this is what they're leaving behind here as well. And they just want something godly is what I'm feeling it as. And so their action steps this week is the Five of Wands with memories, reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet with the Queen of Wands. And with this Queen of Wands, I feel like that's the wrong feminine. Something just buzzed there, but I feel like that's confirmation that this is not the right feminine. This is what they're arguing with, and the conflicts are with, is what it feels like, that they just don't want that anymore. They want something stable and grounded and calm is what it feels like, centered, where this Queen of Wands is volatile, games basically here. So they could be reminiscing on that, like where with the Five of Wands, like the fighting, the arguing. So there's momentum for them coming out of this. And it could be like their role chasing after these types of relationships, or clinging on, I think, like being trapped in that web, basically, that the Justice is coming in to help clear this off of them. I'm hearing them as enemies, and so that they can get closure to these cycles. So it's like an energy clearing from the divine to clear out that the longing, the craving, the aching, the chasing, the memories, the dwelling on the wrong person, the wrong type of relationship, the old earth, basically, relationships, and leaving that now and ascending into this 5D union. So this is the process that's crystal clear for them this week, and they're going to continue leaving this behind and desiring, you know, a healthy, mature relationship. Basically, it feels so simple, but the whole matrix where the devil here got in, it feels like there's just been a lot of, I think I said situationships types of things last week, and maybe possessive and controlling, and just a lot of toxicity and abuse is what it feels like. That it's just the decision to not do that anymore, that the two of you are concluding now, and just leave it behind here. No energy, no cords attached, no energy. It's like close that door and leave it, right? And I think that's where the two of you are processing through now. And so the final outcome for the two of you this week, we do have the Six of Wands with pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious with the Five of Cups. So you two are going to override being stuck emotionally, mentally, Five of Cups, Five of Wands, just held back instead take the lead and move through this and close that door behind you is what it is, and just go into this higher with the Page of Pentacles, more stable, new opportunity where you both are emotionally confident and mentally stable is what I'm hearing, and just matured on this attachment style and relationship. I'm hearing it like toxicity, and however that is that the two of you are processing this on personally. So for this week's extended reading, we're going to be working with the Universal Love Healing Oracle card deck and do the shamanic God code to support the two of you clear out these energies and chapter and cycles and put this behind the two of you for good so you can move on to this new chapter of union together. So if you'd like to join me and get this support, it goes to your ancestors, to both of you and your union through all timelines, space, time, and dimensions. So it's a quantum healing. The link is down below. Thank you so much for joining me here. God bless you and have a very blessed week. Take care.